Now that you are the president and you are the ex-president, who's more jealous? Who's more jealous of the other person? When you said it's not like a real city, I thought of Bielefeld because there was a meme for a long time that Bielefeld didn't exist.
Yeah.
Your childhood.
My childhood, wow.
Your childhood.
We're gonna get deep, wow.
We're gonna get a little deep.
Because when it comes down to it, legally, you're the person in charge.
Let's go.
I wouldn't say less good, but I would rather say less prepared, maybe.
Let's prepare 5 digits.
5 digits.
To rent out a venue.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Come on. Who do you think you are? Are you a TEDx member if you didn't bake a cake?
One person is big on Instagram. She does food-related stuff.
Yeah,
But don't say names.
So we are live. Welcome everyone to the first podcast episode with the one and only, our president and our ex-president, Sophie Shi, and Mohammed Khalid, also known as Shifo. What's up?
Hey,
Let's go, bro.
How are you guys? All good?
I'm
good,
fine.
good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. It took a little longer to start, I have to be honest. I have my coffee and as you can see, we're almost done with our drinks. That's because it took us a little bit longer to start. But now we're live. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Happy
Thank
to see you
you.
here.
Thank you for having us.
The busy
I'm honored-
schedule.
I'm honored to be on the first episode.
Yeah, me
We
too.
are honored to have you, to be honest.
Yeah, this is such a cool opportunity.
Okay, let me just start and go directly to the point. Now that you are the president and you are the ex-president, who's more jealous? Who's more jealous of the other person? Are you planning to do an event bigger than our last year's event?
I hope so. I hope
It's still in the planning. It's still a secret.
To be
You
honest,
will. If you come to our next event, you will know if it's going to be bigger or not.
Okay, so Sophie Shi, let's start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about your background?
Yes. So as you can see, I have a Chinese background.
We didn't see that.
Okay. So I was born in China, but grew up in Germany. So I also went to school here, did my Abitur here, and then I moved to Aachen to start studying at RWTH.
Nice.
Yes.
And where did you do school?
In Braunschweig. It's in Niedersachsen.
Why did you choose Aachen?
Yeah, because I didn't want to stay in the same city for
Your whole life.
my whole life. Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
And also Aachen was a bit better in the ranking of the university, so I went there. I also applied to TU München, but I couldn't find an apartment there, which is not too expensive. And then I thought, no, I'm not doing that.
This is the typical München thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm still studying the same thing. I started Wirtschaftsingenieurwesen, Maschinenbau, so it's like
Okay.
industrial engineering.
For the people who can't speak English, this is business engineering and it's mechanical engineering, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In my bachelor's, and I specialized in production engineering. And I'm also continuing doing this in my master's now. I'm in my second semester. I actually started my master's last year in October, but as a vacation semester because I did an Erasmus semester in England.
Really? I did not know that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know that too.
I feel like you told me this before, but I just forgot.
Yeah,
Wait, where in England?
in Loughborough.
Where?
Okay. yeah,
It's
you told me
a
that before.
town between Nottingham and Leicester. So
Okay.
it's not a real city, it's a town. So in England,
It's not a
there are
real city.
cities and towns. Cities are something like Aachen, and towns are like, I don't know, Jülich, things like
When
that.
you said it's not like a real city, I thought of Bielefeld because there was a meme for a long time
Yeah.
that Bielefeld didn't exist.
Yeah, but the town exists, but it's more like a small town, like Jülich or something like that.
Okay, good. So between the past few years,
Mm-hmm.
this going from bachelor to master, when did you see TEDx Aachen for the first time?
I think it was in 2020 during my bachelor study. So I
In
wanted
Corona.
during Corona. Yes, I started looking
She
for.
was just bored, I think.
Yes, I was bored. I wanted to. I wanted to join a student initiative, and I wanted to improve my English because during my bachelor's, at least the bachelor here in Aachen, you don't have any courses in English. So
Wait, you wanted to improve your English?
yes, because I didn't have any opportunity to speak English after leaving school. Because during my bachelor's, I only had German classes. And all the people around me also spoke German, so I
Yeah.
felt like my English is
Getting
getting worse. Yes,
Yeah.
and that's why I wanted to improve it. I was looking for a student initiative, and I already know TED, like TED Talks, because I had a a phase where I watched a lot of TEDx videos and TEDx
Yeah, I
podcasts.
think everyone had that.
Yeah. And then I thought, oh, right, you have that in Aachen. Why don't I join that? And then I just applied. Actually, I did not apply for the event team. I applied for marketing strategy and I guess program. But I ended up in event, but that's another story.
Everything other than event.
We have to ask. We have to ask. So, did you know someone in TEDx, or did you just apply and you hoped that they choose you?
No, so at the beginning, I did not know anyone.
At the beginning is 2020.
Yes, when I applied the first time. And then I did not want to join because I had other stuff with university. And then during Corona, I was in my hometown a lot, so I was not in Aachen. That's why I waited and joined in 2022. So I applied again. And then I went to the like recruitment information events or something like that. And I went there with a friend. And the event team lead there was the friend of a friend at that time. So he already saw my face, like my face
Anand?
was
Anand?
No, Nils.
Oh,
Yeah, and my face was already familiar to him. And he was like, he pointed to me, hey, I know your face. I'm in the event team and we need somebody. So please come to us. And then I talked to him and then I decided, oh, well, okay, then I will join event. And yeah. That's
So
how I
you
ended
were-
up
you
in
were
event.
handpicked.
Yes.
So nice.
So that's
good.
how I ended up in event, and I stayed loyal since.
So when did you join? Is it 2021, 2022?
2022 in November, so my 2 years anniversary here at TEDx.
We're celebrating with Sophia now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Chifu, tell us a little bit about you, because we talked with Sophia for a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell us
so
about your background, your childhood.
my childhood. Wow.
Your childhood.
We're gonna get deep. Wow.
We're gonna
Okay.
get a little deep.
Yeah, I'm from Egypt.
We're from Egypt.
Yeah, we're from Egypt.
Where?
Very, very
No,
proud
This is a
Egyptian.
question.
Where from Egypt? I thought you said where from Egypt. Yeah,
No.
I'm from Cairo.
Let's
originally.
go. Give it up for
Yeah.
Cairo, please.
Best city in the world, and I'm never gonna change my mind about that.
No other statement. It is the best.
Yeah. Grew up in Cairo my whole life. I had like my mom's side of the family is from Alexandria though, so we would spend like let's say 3 months each year
Wait,
there.
me too.
You too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about this before as well.
Have we? I don't think so.
Definitely, bro. I don't know, man. But we definitely have. But yeah, so I grew up in Cairo, obviously, but we used to go back and forth. Yeah, I was very shy up until 11th grade. And then that's when I was like, nah, you know what? I want to be an extrovert. And then it just...
So it was a decision.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. But then I just put my foot down and said, you know what? I want to get to know more people. I want to go out and about and learn new things, just
Nice.
explore. I started university in Egypt originally.
You went
I
to
wanted-
the American University?
Yeah, American University in Cairo,
Okay.
which is a great university. Like social life there is amazing. You learn a lot of soft skills. Obviously, education there is good as well. But I was focused more on like the skills
Social.
and
Yeah.
social stuff. So
Yeah.
I would go out of my way and talk to people, meet new people, learn new things, join initiatives. All
What
that stuff.
was the major that you chose, and what was the minor that
Mechanical
you chose?
engineering? You don't have to choose a minor, but
But
I
you
was yeah.
Okay.
You can. I was majoring in mechanical engineering, as I am right now, and minoring in business. That's why when I
Nice.
came to Aachen, I also chose Vertic Maschinenbau like Sophie, which is
Business
mech-
engineering,
yeah,
mechanical engineering.
mechanical and business. And yeah, since I joined AUC, I had the thought of, you know what, as long as I'm at university, I want to try as many different things as possible.
Impressive.
So I just kept doing internships, joining student initiatives, all that stuff. And yeah, like when I was there, even I think in 2021 or 2020, I'm not sure, but like one of the years I was there, I also was a director at the student union there, SU, and I organized an event,
Nice.
which also had speakers and stuff like that. And when I came to Aachen eventually in 2022, I immediately joined TEDx because the first event at the university I went to was TDSI,
Which
and
is?
Tag der Studentischen Initiative, which like you get to know student initiatives at the university.
Which was a few weeks ago, actually.
And we were there.
At
Over
the
there.
RWTH,
representing
yes.
representing TEDx. But yeah, I like went in and immediately I saw Tariq, which is an Egyptian as well, and he was part of the team. And he told me, "Bro, just join." And he was probably the first Egyptian I met in Aachen, other than the people I already knew. So it was cool. Like we immediately exchanged numbers, and I joined the team, like right then and there. And I think that was like October 2022 or something, like literally as soon as I came.
Yeah.
And ever since I've been in TEDx, I've enjoyed the journey. I started as a member in finance team, and then I became like the next year. I was like, you know what? I already had some experience with like organizing events, like managing a team and all that. Why not go for it? You know, so I went for it and I became president and finance team lead, which was a very fun but also demanding job. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm not jealous of Sophie. She can take all the responsibility. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice, and we organized, for me at least, a hell of an event, 10th anniversary. So it was like also something to look forward to during the planning. And one of the reasons I wanted to become president is to like celebrate the 10th anniversary of the initiative, and try and make it bigger and better.
Yeah.
And we
So
did. So
I have to take you back a little bit because I have a few questions coming from Cairo to Aachen. This was a decision,
yeah,
and
it
before
was a
even-
dream actually.
It was a
So,
dream.
Yeah, dream.
And before making this dream come true, I
Yeah.
think we need to talk about the phase between school and university, because there's definitely like big differences between the AUC, like the American University in Cairo, and Aachen, the social life, the campus, the people.
Yeah.
So like
There's
talk us into like graduating from school, going into university, spending 1 or 2 years, right?
2.
2 years in the AUC and then coming here.
Yeah.
How was it?
So I initially wanted to come directly to Germany,
Okay.
like 2020, directly after school.
In the Corona time.
Yeah, but
You're a 2020
yeah, like
graduate.
I had my prom March 2020, right before
The storm
COVID.
in
Yeah,
Egypt.
right before COVID hit and everything was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't come to Germany, because I couldn't apply for like a visa or a German
Yeah.
certificate or anything,
Yeah.
because you need a language certificate. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna apply next year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year came. The university, like back then, university I had applied to like, let's say 5 different universities,
Okay.
but 4 of them were like a backup uni.
What are the backup unis?
I don't know. It was like random universities, like Mittelhessen or something. It was like
Damn.
just random
That's all I'm gonna
universities.
say.
Because I thought, you know what?
Mittelhessen.
Yeah, like I thought, okay, you know what? Just come to Germany, then figure it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied, and my main focus was TUM, like
The TUM,
Yeah.
TUM.
Technische Universität München.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like TUM was my priority, and then I applied and did everything. And like one day before the deadline, they called me, or like I called them to ask, "Yo, where's like my
Where's my
enrollment
admission?
letter? Where's my
Where's
admission?
where's
What's
anything?"
going on?" They told me, "Yeah, you have to have one higher German level." And like
you
my-
had B.
I submit, because they said you need to submit B2.
Okay.
So I took the B2 exam,
Okay.
and I was already at like a higher level, but I took the requirement, you know.
Yeah.
And then I called them, and they said, "Oh no, it changed. You need C1 now." Which, like, whenever I tell anyone, they tell me why would they ask C1 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what they told me back then. So I
Yeah.
couldn't apply after 1 year. So I stayed 1 more year at AUC, which wasn't all that bad. I learned a lot of stuff. I had a lot of experiences outside of university and with student initiatives and all that stuff. It was nice. But then next year came, and that dream came again. I was like, you know what? This year,
Let's
I'm
try
gonna
again.
Make it happen.
Let's try again.
I'm gonna do everything early, exams, like German exams, applying, asking all universities and calling them, all that stuff. So I did, and I came. And
So this was
yeah.
the transition, the
Yes.
Bewerbungsphase,
yeah,
the admission
Bewerbungsphase,
phase.
basically.
What's the difference between AUC and the RWTH?
They're very different in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Like AUC, for example, it has like a campus. It has a campus.
A fixed campus.
A campus with like a fence around it, has gates, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Aachen is not. Aachen, you see just university buildings all around the city. it's like Aachen is the campus. You know,
Mhm.
it's also like a very small city. For me, AC was also different in that it was like the first year at least. I used to drive 1.5 hours back and forth.
Where do you live in Cairo?
I used to live in 6th of October, which is like 1.5
Oh
hours
my
away
god.
from my university.
So the people, how is the EUC campus and the people there different from the RWTH Aachen people?
In like one of the major differences in Aachen, like for example, first semester people don't necessarily have to take first semester subjects.
Mm.
In AC or like universities in general in Cairo, you do. Like you have the
You have to.
same, yeah, like because most subjects are prerequisites for other subjects.
Yeah.
So you have to like stay with the same group of mechanical engineers through your Egypt. It's 5 years of engineering. You have to stay with the same group almost,
Mm-hmm.
or like the same class for the 5 years.
Yeah.
Here it's not. Here you could be taking subjects from the 5th semester, and your friends are taking subjects from the 3rd or the 6th or something.
Yeah.
So it's a random allocation, and you don't have to go to classes. Egypt, you have to.
Yeah.
So you were going every day and having breaks and meeting the same people in class, obviously, and outside of class, like the people who study the same thing. Here
Mhm.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
So here you can be studying mechanical engineering and all your friends study medicine, for example. So,
Yeah.
you know, in Egypt it's not really like that. But what I liked as well about AC, that because it's like a liberal arts university kind of, so you learn about different things. So you learn
Yeah.
about psychology, for example. I had a psychology class. You have business classes as an engineer. You have research classes. You have philosophical thinking, like all that stuff. So that's not really
It makes
the
you
case in
a
Aachen.
more all-around person.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's something I admire as well. Like I like to do that. I like to explore. I like to learn
Of
new
course.
things.
Yeah.
So they gave me that. So when I came to Aachen, I was like, you know what? I still want to continue doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, TEDx was one of the tools that would help me.
And when
Yeah.
was the first time you saw TEDx in Aachen? On the day of
The first
student
week I came,
initiatives?
when
Yeah.
I saw it at TDSI.
And
I
you
just joined then.
and you joined directly.
Yeah. I exchanged numbers with Tariq and I just joined then.
Which team did you join?
Finance. Because he was the
Finance.
finance team lead and he said, you know what, you're Egyptian, let me take you.
Nice.
When I became the team lead of the finance team, it was just me who was gonna stay.
Mm.
I had like it was other than that was Tariq and a guy called Ansh
Mm-hmm.
who was also gonna leave or not be as active at least. So I had to recruit new people.
Yeah.
And as president as well, when I talked to other team leads, they also needed new people. So we were gonna recruit either way. So the first thing I did was reach to other Egyptian friends
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of them were interested.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, you know what, let's do a recruiting. And we did that. We just kept on recruiting people and the team became bigger. So finance team ended up with like 5 people. So that's only finance.
That's only finance.
Yeah. So
Do you remember the marketing team back then? I have to ask about the marketing team.
yeah, marketing
I'm a
team
marketing
was
team lead. Member, so
yeah, it was like a lot of people in the marketing team. Let's say 15.
was
But
Mafe
active-
our team lead right now in this team?
She came a bit later.
Okay.
Like she joined the marketing team as well, but a bit later. But she was also in the finance team.
Okay.
Yeah, marketing team was a big team. Was actually the biggest team, but not that active.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay. And did you, I don't know, like, did you tell them at some point maybe it's a big team, but we need to cut down?
Yeah, that
Some
was the
members-
discussion we had almost every week.
Yeah.
Because it was a problem from a lot of sides, you know, like from our side, like as the leadership of the initiative, and also from the side of the members.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, let's say, communication problems. There was a lot of like task management problems that all contributed to a lot of the members not being as active as we would have wanted them.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were constantly like telling people, yo, are you going to be active? Do you want to continue? Should we bring in new people? That was a constant back and forth. But yeah, it all worked out in the end.
I
and,
think this is the point where you actually, like, you can tell me about the problems that you both faced as presidents, or the miscommunications that
Start
happened,
with Sophie. I want to
and
hear.
how did you and how did you solve them?
You mean with the passive members and the miscommunication?
Maybe just in general,
general,
like
like
managing
problems.
the TEDx Aachen team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
So-
RWTH Aachen.
Yeah.
TEDx
Please keep the university name in.
Aachen. Yes.
Yeah, so I talked to some old members or members who are already who've been here the longest, and they said we have to establish more friendships in between
agreed.
the teams, maybe also outside of the teams also. That the people know each other more, that they get to know each other more, so they are not so they become more familiar and not very shy. And this is also a great idea to have people coming instead of just being passive and say, "Oh no, I have no time and I don't want to join." And one thing we want to do is to have double team meetings. That means, for example, this week the finance team and the event team are going to have
a team meeting
a
together.
team meeting together tomorrow. Yes,
I can tell you right now, the marketing team and the program team
Yes.
are gonna have also a meeting together,
Yes.
and it's going to be very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So our plan is to, during the team meetings, the other team can listen what they are doing, get to know each other more, like the actual people.
Yeah.
Because as I already said, that when I was at TEDx my first year, I only knew the people from my own team and did not knew, like, for example, Shifo from the finance team. And maybe this is a great start. We also want to have more small events, like a Christmas get-together. And we booked the Humboldt House for that, so it's a more central location. So hopefully many people will come, and this is also a great opportunity to connect and get to know each other in between the teams.
I feel like the problems that you're talking about are a little bit different than the problems he was talking about.
Oh.
Because yours is like, let's get together
Yeah.
and let's be closer.
Yeah.
Yours was like, guys, let's be active. Like, let's
No, but
do
I feel
something.
like they're kind of related.
Yeah.
though.
So
yeah.
they, after talking to the previous or the older members, they said because they are not really friends with each other, they are not very active. So they need the pressure. Like, if you are friends with somebody and they are going, then you will feel the social pressure to go there as well. And
But I don't feel it's only about pressure. It's like when you're going out with friends,
yeah,
it's different. Because let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
me
it's
and
not,
Mamdouh are friends.
yeah.
Would we rather hang out with each other
Yeah.
or go to the event team meeting where we're not really friends with people? You know.
yeah,
So when you build friendships, people become more
It's
active
like
because
a
it's
Yeah.
also
big
more fun
get
for them.
together.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fun and you're
Yeah.
chilling. And if you're doing, sorry to interrupt you, by the way,
Yeah.
if you're doing like something you like, if you like the finance teamwork, for example, you're just gonna go and have fun with those friends.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
makes more sense, you know.
Yeah. So it's not really pressure. It's like not a negative pressure, but a positive pressure. So you want to go there because you don't want to miss out having fun with the friends and things like that. I mean, yeah, in this way.
And this was managing the team. How was it according to the event management? Did you feel any problems? Like, I know you didn't plan an event yet,
Yeah.
but you definitely
We did
helped.
though. She is.
I already planned
Wait.
a speaking event at Bonding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was a collaboration with Bonding, and we invited 2 alumni who were very active during their study.
Who are
And
those, by the way?
It was Simone Hüwe. She studied mechanical engineering here in RWTH Aachen and and worked in Siemens and now in Nomotics. And we also had Ralf Kühnle. He was one of the founders of one of the bonding clubs and is a member since the 80s, I guess.
What?
So he's almost retired or is planning to retire or already retired, something like that. So he's a bit...
What were they members like of the initiative or were they just past speakers?
No, they were, when they were studying, they were members of student initiatives and
But not specifically.
yeah, and the Ralf Kühnler guy, he studied in Karlsruhe and not in Aachen. And we invited them to give a talk about how being active in student initiatives helped them with their career, because both had like big, great positions in corporation. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
very
thought-
interesting.
I thought they were TEDx. I don't know.
No,
That's
no,
how
no,
I-
Yeah,
no,
I
not
thought it
TEDx,
was-
not
Never
TEDx.
heard those names before.
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
80s TEDx.
10 years.
That's very good.
80s, you
No,
know?
no, 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 not from TEDx, just in general, because Bonding wanted somebody from Bonding, and we wanted somebody from RWTH,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And this was not the problem side. You just talked to me about the event. Like,
Yes.
what were the difficulties that you faced planning this event,
yeah.
and how
So
did you solve them?
one difficulty was like to find times where everyone were available.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, when the people work in corporate, they are very busy, and
Yes.
one of them also has a family and has to spend time with the kids and things like that. But in the end, we still managed to find a time where everybody were available, and the speaker with the children was still on the playground, and she was in the meeting with their phone and headphones, when the child is in the background and the other person.
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's cute, to be honest. I don't know.
yeah, but we was very grateful that the speaker still came, still showed up, and and another thing is to promote this event. So we were afraid that not many people would listen to it, because during the bonding event or the bonding career fair, most of the people want to talk to the recruiters and not going to listen to some talks
Really?
in the
I feel like
rooms.
I would like to, when I go to career fairs,
Yeah,
obviously recruiters is a nice thing,
yeah.
but not everyone. I feel like I would also go listen to some talks.
Yeah,
know.
so Bonding organized some talks with different companies, and we also had a talk there. And our difficulty is to find enough people to come. So we did some Instagram advertisement. We printed a big banner, like a roll-up, which was next to the speaking room, and things like that. And in the end, we still had a couple of listeners, so it was not too empty. That was great. And another difficulty, I had that in my head, but I think I lost it. Just give
Maybe
me-
I can ask Chief about last
Yeah,
event and then
yeah.
maybe you can remember.
I remember very vividly.
To be honest, I have to say the event was great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
I wasn't a member yet, but I was there.
Mamdouh was one of the photographers, so any of the good photos, he's
Thank you.
probably one of the
Thank
people
you.
who took them. So
I have to
Thank
say
you for
the
that.
event was unbelievable. I didn't expect that. It was, when I say sold out, it's an understatement.
yeah,
It was
it
sold
was
out.
sold out, and there were still
The food
more
was
tickets to be sold.
just
Like people wanted more.
absolutely great.
AKL.
AKL, shout out to
Rawad.
AKL. AKL is
AKL, Rawad.
unbelievable. So I think we can say walk us through the organization of the event and then managing the event in real time and the after effect of the event.
Okay, so the build up to the event.
When was the event, first of all?
The event was, I would like to say, 24th of May.
May, yeah.
24th of May, 2024. I have the poster on my wall, but I don't remember for some reason. But yeah, we usually plan, let's say, 9 months ahead to make sure we have everything done, like from the speaker side, like the program, from the finances, like the venue, everything. So we plan a long time ahead.
Yeah.
And 9 months ahead, a lot can change in that time. So maybe sponsors could drop out, which was the case for us. One of the sponsors dropped out, but the finance team was on point. I'm not saying I'm that good, but my team was very good, to be honest.
You
They
wanna
were
give
very
a shout out to
helpful.
the team right now?
Mafi's celebrating.
I have to say,
And-
one of the sharpest teams in TEDx right now is the finance team.
I don't know about now.
Maybe in the past.
We're lucky now. But yeah, I mean, and we got the most money in the last 10 years of TEDx, so
This
I'm
is an
proud.
achievement.
I'm proud
This
to,
is an
to
achievement.
have made that achievement to the team. So yeah, you have to plan a lot of things ahead, and you have to. I'm talking from the finance team only. You have to plan the finances for the whole year. So you have to plan and have a budget for the whole year. Obviously, it's gonna change, but you do like rough estimates, you know. And we're talking about a big budget. It's not just a couple of hundred. It's it's a lot of thousands of euros. So
It's
you
a
have
lot
to
of money.
plan ahead, because any small mistake could get you in the minus at any point,
Yeah.
which had happened the year before, or like 2 years before that, because the finance team lead made a mistake. Sorry. So yeah, that's from the finance side, and the other teams also have to plan ahead and have plan Bs. Like the program team, they have to have speakers on hold. The venue, there should be a backup venue and all that stuff. So you have to account for all like the problems that could be made during the process.
Yes.
And that was something I wanted to focus on, is having plan Bs for everything, like plan B, plan C, plan like everything.
Yeah.
Because when we sat down, like me and Levin, the vice president who was with me, when we sat down with Jonas and Anand, who were the president and vice president before us, that was one of the things they told us about. They needed contingency plans for everything, and also to have like a timeline to follow. I tried to incorporate that. Didn't really work for all teams, but for the finance team at least, we held our end of the deal and we stuck to the timeline, because we had problems before with like sponsors giving us the money later than they should have, all that. So we learned from that mistake. So like for me, one of the best things we did as a board, like me and the other team leads, is learning from the mistakes of the team leads before
Past
us. Yeah,
team
like
leaders and
asking
past
them their
presidents.
difficulties and
Yeah.
what we could improve and where we could improve and how we could do that. So yeah, that's for like
This is the organizational part.
yeah.
And when you
for-
said the timeline, holding
Yeah.
up to the timeline, which team you felt like wasn't holding up to the preparation for the event?
I
I'm
don't
not. I'm
know,
not pointing
but
fingers.
Yeah, I'm also not pointing fingers, but for
Uh,
example, something like the program team, for example, the team which gets the speakers and like decides on a theme and all that, they weren't working on a specific timeline that they had shared with the rest of the organization, but they were, for me at least, they were the best performing team. for
What
me.
was the theme of the event?
Theme? What was it?
Do you remember the theme?
Exponential.
Exponential, yeah, and we had like the X, for,
Yeah.
like the 10th
The
year and all that stuff.
The X.
Yeah, exponential growth, all that stuff. So yeah, they came up with that. For the theme, we brainstorm everyone together, and then we narrowed it down. We actually did it here at CI.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know, you were there, right? We
For
got, like,
exponential?
yeah, when
No,
we
no,
decided.
no. I'm not sure anymore, but the theme for next year's event, we also decided it here in CI.
Yeah,
I
but
remember that.
it's nice to get together with the team and just have pizzas and like drinks and all that stuff and just sit and vibe the whole day and
Yeah.
just
Talk.
brainstorm about stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more of like let's have fun choosing a theme, you know. So that's the program team, but they didn't really follow a specific timeline that was shared and like updated, but they were still, for me, the best performing team.
Yeah.
And you never like are afraid of them not
Not
giving-
doing.
yeah
Yeah.
doing what they're supposed to.
That's great.
And that was a problem I had in the beginning. Like I was kind of micromanaging, but the team communicated that with me, and I was like, okay,
Do you remember the
yeah.
team lead of the program team?
Harsh Vardhan was back then the team lead before he had to leave for internship.
Yeah.
And it became Lanat. And like hats off to both of them, to be honest, because for me the speakers we had were like a interesting bunch,
I have to
to say
say,
the least.
going backstage and seeing the tech that the program team worked on was definitely fascinating. That they managed to get something like this in the aula, and the aula is our main lecture hall in the RWTH, and I have to say it's a little outdated, but they made sure that it was fit for the modernized technology used to record the event and just organize everything in general. This was unbelievable. I took some pictures. I don't know if we can put them up on our Instagram page, but you can follow us on our Instagram page, and you can
Plugging our
definitely
Instagram real quick.
follow every guest that we have here on the podcast. So yeah, this was the organization. Now, in real time, the event.
I want to talk about like the managing the teams. Like real time, that's an effort that we all put in. It's not just me. Obviously, as president, like it or not, you're gonna have to feel bit responsible, because when it comes down to it, legally you're the person in charge. You
Of
know,
course.
like it or not,
Yeah.
it's that way. It's not doesn't mean you have to have pressure,
No.
but you're like the one responsible. But in the end, on the day, everyone has a task to do, and everyone does it.
Mm.
In my event, and like when I was president, we tried to make sure that the year before there was a mistake, and we tried to avoid that
Mm-hmm.
by planning the tasks of everyone ahead, like a couple of days ahead. And I feel it worked out fine. Maybe one or two people were not following exactly the tasks, but you're gonna have that in a team of 30 plus people.
Yeah.
That's bound to happen. You know,
Yeah.
like what's one or two people out of 30? That's fine.
Yeah.
So the day of the event is not really a problem. Everyone helps out. Like boyfriends come, girlfriends come, and they help out. It's fine. You know, Antoine, he was like one of our biggest supporters on that day. Yeah. So the day, I feel like, is, for me at least, is less stressful than anything.
Yeah.
Although I don't really have time to sit and listen to the talks, because like I'm always like doing something, or like someone's asking me something. So yeah, as team lead or as president or vice or whatever, you don't get to rest on that day.
Yeah.
But everyone helps, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's the months leading up to the event that are stressful, and that's where the communication and the managing has to come in. And for me, that was the most difficult part. I did an interview with Hochschulradio after, and they asked me what was the most difficult part, and I said communication. Communicating with 30 plus people is difficult. It's difficult
I
to do
think
on your
it's
own.
definitely more than 40, because I was there and I wasn't
Yeah.
even part of the team, you know? Like,
Yeah,
maybe I didn't have this.
because
like,
people. That's what I said. Like on the day, people help out. Like we had 4 photographers on that day. Like all of them amazing. They jumped in a couple of days before. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
On a phone call.
Yeah, like literally,
Yeah.
we are like, "Yo, can you join? Can you get your camera?" That was it, and that was amazing. Like people are always intrigued or like interested in being part of a TEDx event. So if you ask people to volunteer, like
Of course.
yeah, like TEDx Münster, the one me and Mafe visited last weekend, like they told
Mafa,
us,
for the people listening, is Maria Fernanda Lopez, and she is the team lead of
team
marketing
lead and the finance member.
and a finance
leave that
member,
out.
of course.
But yeah, their team was like maybe 5 to 10 people. Everything else was volunteers.
Interesting.
You're gonna have enough people that would like to volunteer to the event, so that was not really a problem. But
Yeah.
leading up to it, you have to communicate between the teams. You have to communicate with your own team
Yeah.
as team lead.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that it's not a hostile vibe. It's
Yeah.
not like a hostile atmosphere. Everyone can chip in with their ideas.
Yeah. Let's talk
All that
shortly
stuff.
about the speakers
Mm.
and the speeches that they gave. It was
Those
great. Many of them were very good. Some of them were
Less good.
less good.
I wouldn't say less good, but I would rather say less prepared, maybe.
less prepared,
They are
I
not
would say
bad.
so as
Yeah.
well. Maybe a little
Let's
bit
not
improvised.
drop names.
No, I'm
No,
not going to
no,
drop
no.
any
All
names.
speakers were great.
Yes,
We appreciate
yes,
everyone coming.
Yes.
It
No,
was a great event.
everyone at the TEDx event was definitely interesting. I think the most interesting was I
For
don't remember
you.
his name, but you saw him.
Ali
He was-
Yildiz,
No, he was the
Randall.
he was a person responsible for like doing a relaxation
Randall.
exercise.
That's my favorite guy in the world, man.
Talk about him shortly, and then maybe I can ask you about your favorite speech at the TEDx event. You can talk about
He
it.
gave a talk the year before. It was like a talk about self-love.
Where is he from?
Originally,
I think he's from the US.
I think he is
Yeah.
from the
He
US.
flew
yeah.
from the US, I guess.
No. He lives.
He lives in Aachen?
Germany. I don't know if
In
in
Europe.
Aachen, but he lives definitely around Aachen. At least.
Okay.
And yeah, he gave a talk, and for me at least, I loved his talk. I think that was the only talk I listened to fully the year
Mhm.
before, and we loved him. And we thought, why not get him again? Because he brings good energy and just his
Yes.
laugh and
Yes.
him liking to hug people. It's just like everything about him just brings positive energy to the event. So we thought, let's bring him again, because we like to have breaks between the talks. And yeah, we just brought him. He made everyone happy. I was happy. Team leads were happy. Team was happy. So
So, if you,
What
who
more
was
could you
your
ask?
favorite guest?
Like from this year's
For
event,
speaker,
it
yeah.
was Fisnik, the student who is in the space team, space team Aachen
Yes.
member. And I really loved his talk, even though I couldn't fully hear every talks because I was running around backstage.
Mhm.
But from the snippets I heard, it was incredibly good, for especially that he's only a student. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think now he works at like an actual space company.
Yeah, I think it's where Anand also is working, like Rocket Factory Augsburg.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
too.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Anand is
impressive guy.
This is
Yeah.
2 members from the TEDxRWTH Aachen team working right now as
Not
rocket
2 members,
engineers.
one of them.
one.
Well,
Anand,
Anand
is
was a member.
yeah.
Fisnik was a speaker.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Right.
like
right.
also something to be proud of. You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. So these were the speakers. Now the after effect of the
Mm.
event. You were running backstage.
Mhm.
You were managing. You were looking at the big picture. How was it?
Honestly, after each event, everyone is really tired and hungry,
Yeah.
but we still have to keep going, like tear down the stage, clean everything, like transport things back to CI in our storage, and we have to manage all that and wait for the Hausmeister, like the building manager, to give him back the keys and everything.
Okay, so this is the after effect. You just get the things back to CI,
Mhm.
talk with the people who are responsible.
But I
for
feel
the
like that's on
equipment.
the day.
That's
I feel
on
like
the same
there's
day.
More,
Yeah, that's
that's everything on the day.
Mm.
But then there's like, at least from the financial side,
Mm.
there's still bills to pay.
Mm.
You know, there's sponsors to get feedback from. There's speakers to get feedback from. There's what's it called? Like feedback forms to send out to the attendees.
Yes.
Which TED, like the mother company, does that. But yeah, and then you gather feedback, and then you regroup with the team
Mm-hmm.
and gather feedback, and that's what we did. Like I also didn't want it to be too late, so we did it actually the day after the event.
Yeah.
We got everyone together at CI as well, I think downstairs or upstairs, actually, no, upstairs. And we just had a meeting, and everyone was just saying what they liked and what they didn't like. And we wrote all that down, so Sophie and her board
Can take it and
Take
build
it,
up from
yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
build that from there.
when I took over the presidency position, I looked through all the feedbacks from the guests, from the speakers, from our club members,
Mm-hmm.
and then I sat down, analyzed it, grouped it into which group the feedback was affected to,
Mm-hmm.
and then I tried to find like solutions, what could be done, and then I
Yeah.
talked to the current board and showed them
Place for that.
what the problems were from last time, or what things were turned out really good,
Mm-hmm.
and then we tried to improve based on that. And I also spoke about the improvements in the event team, showed them the feedbacks forms, and just have that in our mind when planning the next event.
Yeah, I feel like
That's very
something
good.
we did new that was a success from the feedback we got was the book exchange thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we should definitely bring that back. I don't know if that's in the works for like from the event team side.
You remember it?
Yes, I remember it, but
Feel f-
I,
people
I,
told
I,
you
I
or-
have the feeling that the feedback for the book exchange, it was a good idea, but not many people participated.
Yeah.
So
but if we-
so I don't see if we should do that again or not. So that was the feedback. But what I'm really, really proud of is that the feedback about the catering, which I was responsible for, like in the event team, or what we were responsible for, it was really good. So people like that there are vegan options as well, vegetarian options, and also meat options. And we also got really nice feedback about the cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
I
was
think for the people
really
who
nice.
don't know, we collaborated with AKL, which is a Lebanese restaurant in Aachen.
the best
And
place to eat in Aachen,
This is a statement, and to be honest, I wouldn't say otherwise. It is the best Lebanese restaurant in Aachen.
no, the best place to eat in Aachen in general.
Okay. Okay.
She
And
agrees.
we got thumbs up from the back, and they definitely provided us with the best catering we could have
Yeah.
got for this
I feel
event.
like
Yeah.
I'm not being biased or anything, but I feel like maybe we're the best TEDx in Aachen, like TEDx in Germany who has catering. Like we have the best catering.
Yeah.
Not being biased.
And
Yeah.
you were in Münster,
I went to Münster. They had good food.
but
Not our
as-
level though.
Not our level.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
And they definitely brought us some really good food. I would also say like we had some really good drinks.
Mm-hmm.
We gave the people like opportunity to like
Drink anything.
anything they want.
Yeah,
We
for
had
free. And
free as
so we
well.
had like coffee. We had also vegan milk options. We had tea. We had soft drinks. We also had Red Bulls
Yeah.
for
Sponsor.
free. And
Sponsor us again,
yes.
please.
Okay, so this is the after effect of the finance team, the bills that you had to pay.
Mhm.
But I really want to know like the events team, like what do you do all year?
Yeah, we are.
What do you just sit down and say,
What do you
okay, next
contribute?
year, next year,
No,
like next year we're gonna do this. What do you do?
Yeah, so currently we are looking for venues.
Mhm.
So where should our next event be? It should be a place with a stage where like 350 people can fit in, where there is space for a backstage for the speakers.
How many people came to the first event, like this year's event?
300?
Around 300.
And
Yeah.
now we're aiming for 350.
I think we already aimed 350 for last event,
Mm-hmm.
and we still want to do that for this event as well.
We could have gotten more, but then there were like restrictions with the venue.
Yeah.
Because we thought we could get the upper seat, like the seats on like
The higher
On the balcony,
like
like,
the-
we
the
were in
balconies.
Aula in Hauptgebäude, and
but due to
there's
technical reasons we couldn't access them, so we
Yeah.
had to cut down a bit on tickets.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so we weren't allowed to use the balcony, like the upper floor. Yes, so we are currently looking for different kinds of venues. So university venues like lecture halls
Mm-hmm.
are free for us because we are a student initiative.
Yeah.
And there are, of course, very beautiful locations in Aachen city, in different places, but they cost something. So we
Yeah.
have to contact them and ask them if our project or our event suits their venue, and if they want to give us the opportunity. And if the prices fit. For example, we also contacted Eurogress, and it was like it was really a lot for the 2 days, like fünfstellig.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. So this is
5 digits
5 digits.
to rent out a venue.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Come on.
too much.
Who do you think you are?
The
So
finance team is good, but not that good.
yeah. So this is the first thing we do.
There are limitations.
Yeah, and we also plan the catering, like the lunch break. We
Mhm.
need somebody who like cooks something for us. For example, AKL with their hummus, falafel, lentils, breads, and things like that. And we also have a coffee and cake break.
Yeah.
That means the event team organizes. Apparently, it's a tradition that the team members, like TEDx members, bake the cakes by themselves.
Is that
So-
a tradition in Aachen?
No, just our tradition. Like
What-
apparently,
whose tradition? Who is we?
TEDxRWTH Aachen.
Ah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I mean,
our, yeah.
Okay.
And we have done that 2 times now for this year's event and last year's event. The
I like that,
cakes
by the way. I
are
like
self-made.
I think we can make it a tradition. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
at this point it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then it is.
Would
And
you uphold the tradition, or you like, you know?
I
you
would,
have to
I
bake
would
one
be
as well.
part of.
Yeah, you have to bake one.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Okay.
Are
Yeah.
you a TEDx member if you didn't bake a cake?
Mhm.
Tell that to
Yeah.
the people who didn't bake a cake last time.
Yeah, and in
Shame
order
on you
to do
guys.
so, we also organize a baking event in Humboldt House. So it's
Mhm.
a public kitchen. We rent it for an afternoon, something like that, and we just come and bake the cakes, store it 1 or 2 days until we give it out during the event. And that's also a really nice event to come together, to bake, to chill, to just talk. That's so cool.
Get to know people
Yeah, get to know people as well.
before the event. One day
Yeah,
before the event.
and it's also the best financial option to bake the cakes by yourself, because we also were in contact with caterings and bakeries, and
Mhm.
their prices are also going up. And we also organize like the drinks,
Yeah.
and we have to contact Asta. They rent the big thermal thermal
Yeah, for the
for
hot
the
water
for
and
hot
coffee and stuff.
coffee and tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always something warm
So
provided.
this is the big event. I
Yes.
think people also need to know that at some point we had the egg stocks, and
But
soon
we don't do X talks anymore.
Yeah, we're
but
not
soon TEDxRWTH.
Yes.
Okay, talk shortly about that because
So
it's coming up.
yes,
January.
we are planning a TEDx salon in January at university.
Explain briefly what
So-
TEDx is.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, okay.
doing that. So the event is a smaller event. Like instead of 350 guests, we only have like 50 guests. And we have also not so many speakers, like 1 or 2 speakers. We also are allowed to use one topic. So for the main event, we have to keep our topic general, like connecting the dots or exponential. So it's more vague.
Next big event is connecting the dots.
Yes. So the
Okay.
theme has to be more vague. But for the TEDx Salon, we are allowed to have more specific themes like sustainability.
Could be the topic, you know.
Yeah, and we are also going to have a smaller venue. The time is shorter. Like instead of a whole day event, it's just 2 hours, and it's also not have that organizational aufwand.
Can we tell the people right now where it's gonna be so they can come?
We don't have a venue yet, so
But they can get their tickets.
it's free.
It's free.
Yeah, that's
This
that
means
event
you
is
can
free.
come up, show up.
Yeah, we will put up some posters and you can just come.
And it's gonna be on the.
The date is also not
Okay.
planned.
We're
It's in
gonna.
January though.
Yeah, January.
Third
If you
week of
follow us on
January,
Instagram, you're
Yeah.
gonna know.
Yeah, that's
So
the only
follow us
way
on
you can know.
Instagram.
You have to follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you don't have an Instagram account, make one.
So why aren't we active on Twitter or X?
Yes, you're in marketing team. You have to know.
Yeah, you give us the answer. Mafi, you come give us the answer.
Please, the team
Why
lead.
are we not active on Twitter?
Can we make a TikTok?
TikTok as well. Wow.
Yes, we got
Oh,
the okay, guys.
you're the marketing person. Why are you asking us this?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Can I also?
Yeah. No, tell me.
Yeah. No. I also want to say what else event does, because 2 things I think are very
Now
important.
you're pissed her off. She wants to show you that
Sure,
she
sure,
does.
sure. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, fine. And another thing we organize is the logistics. So we have to go shopping in before. So, for example, marketing needs that things for the decoration, and we need forks for the catering, and things like that. So we have to go shopping. Mostly we go to Metro or ask Flaschenpost to deliver it for us. And another thing is we do the plans for who from the team does which shift at what time during the event. For example, the task list. So if, for example, Mamdu is from 10 to 12 is photographing the talks, and from 12 to 14 in the afternoon he's photographing the entrance, things like that. And you really have to know what are all the tasks during one big event, and then find enough people to do it. So you have to really manage it. Otherwise, in one task, there are too many people. Other tasks which need more people, you don't have enough, and that could also be a problem. And another difficult thing is to tell the people that you have this job and that they stick to that job as well, and not go to another job to help out and don't come back anymore because they got distracted. This is also something what event has to ensure. Yeah.
Maybe let's talk about the next event, the big event, which is connecting the dots. How's the preparation going?
Currently,
do you have guests in mind?
Yes, we have.
Speakers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a list with potential speakers. This is currently in programs drive. And the list is still secret because we are still asking them if they have time, still reaching out. But we have a couple of potential people
names?
like
Do we have big names?
one person is big on Instagram. She does food related stuff. I don't. Another person.
I know that. Yeah.
But don't say names. Yeah, and another person is an athlete and is also related to someone from our team.
Yeah, wow, I already knew 2 speakers.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So these are examples of people who we want to reach out. Nothing is confirmed yet. but we have good ideas. Another interesting person is we found him on the newspapers.
Yeah.
We were trying to reach out a crime scene cleaner. So when there was a crime scene, the person will come and then look at it and then
That's
clean
a
it.
great take, which is connecting the dots actually
Yeah.
to a crime.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is our idea to ask people with specific jobs
Mm-hmm.
to come, and also people who achieved something very extraordinary. For example, ein Gedächtnismeister, for example,
Yeah.
like a memory champion, things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So
But
we
it
are
doesn't have to be. Doesn't have like. No, TEDx doesn't like for people who haven't attended a TED talk before. It doesn't have to be like world champions or like CEOs.
Yeah.
It
So ordinary people can come and give a talk as well. Like also a student, like in TEDx Münster, I guess also a woman talked as a mom, her position. And yeah, so basically we are looking for the background of the person. So we don't want to approach specific names, but we are brainstorming of interesting backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
For example, crime scene jobs or a championship, thing like that, and then approach them with that idea.
That's
Yeah.
very amazing. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable. And to be honest, I'm
And-
looking forward to the next event.
Yeah.
I think everyone who attended the last event is also looking forward for the next event.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you guys for being here.
Mhm.
Wait, you have to tell them to watch the talks of the last event if you haven't.
Mhm.
So you also are excited about the next one
Mhm. Yeah.
on YouTube.
They're
Yes,
on
you
YouTube.
can watch the talks on YouTube, and you can also follow us on Instagram. You can follow Shifu on
For the
Instagram.
10th time.
You can also follow Sophie. You can also follow me, and you can also follow everyone you want to follow. The Collective
Mhm.
Incubator, the
Mhm.
Asta. Shout out to them.
Mhm.
And before we wrap up, do you want to give a message maybe to future TEDx members or future listeners
Mhm.
thinking about joining TEDx?
I would tell them to join as many student initiatives as they can, to just go out there and learn and explore. Doesn't have to be TEDx. I mean, we would love to have you as part of the team, but just in general, join student initiatives, get to know people, and especially in Aachen, it's so easy. Like, it's so easy to learn about different backgrounds and different
True.
cultures because
True.
it's such an international city. And I would just say utilize that. Yes, studies are important, but extracurriculars are as well, if not
Mhm.
even more important.
Developing your soft
Yeah,
skills.
developing your
Yeah.
soft skills, communication skills, learning to respect people's opinions, learning to respect different perspectives. And it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you are interested in working with people with different backgrounds, like not only cultural backgrounds, also academic backgrounds, if you want to get to know people outside of your study, please join a student initiative. It's a great experience. Sometimes it also helps with your self-development, already mentioned. And it is also a career booster, as we heard during the talk at Bonding. You will learn skills, especially networking skills and like management skills, and also creativity, analytical and problem solving, and how to work under pressure. These things you will learn, and these will help you to boost your career. So you can do it for fun, for self-development, for your CV especially as well. And yeah, this is a great opportunity. Please use that during your studies. This is the best time to try out as many things as possible without binding. Like
Yeah.
you are always allowed to step away from that if it's going to be too much, but you will regret it if you don't have even tried that. Yeah.
True.
I
True words from our president, Sophie.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
us.
Thank
we
you.
enjoyed this episode a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you guys for listening.
And thank you
And
for the people behind the scenes.
Yes.
Well,
Thank
Thank
for
you
the
for
people behind the
organizing
scenes,
that
yes.
amazing job.
And we will see you in the next episode of the TEDx podcast
Bye.
RWTH Aachen.